again, everybody. I'm Keith Jackson. Pleasure to come back to one of our favorite cities, Lincoln, Nebraska, the home of the Huskers. That room you see there is the reason why they are so big, because Boyd Epley's strength program here is exceptional. It may be the most sophisticated weight room I've ever seen.
Starting count, Nebraska coming with a Mike Packer on the blitz, and they got him for a sack on the safety this time, and it's Jamel Williams for a deuce.
Husker Power is recognized as the nation's most successful program in history for improving athletic performance for athletes. This video has been prepared for Nebraska incoming freshmen. We would like to welcome you to the Nebraska family, and we look forward to working with you. This video provides a program which is outlined on your progress chart to help you build a solid base of strength. We'll add more explosive lifts when you come to Lincoln, and we can help you with your technique. The program is scheduled to start the first week of May with the base phase, followed by the development and peak phases in June and July. We'll send you some running drills to do in June to help prepare you for fall camp. We wish you well with the Husker Power program. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to give us a call. Nebraska has helped hundreds of athletes prepare for a professional career. And all the experts agree there is no place like Nebraska when it comes to physical development of athletes. ESPN announcer Mike Tirico spent some time with the Husker Power staff recently, and here were his observations.
Here, a player's strength is approached with a religious-like zeal. What to some would be a weightlifter's shrine is really a research lab. Instead of preparing for bodybuilding contests, Nebraska weight training is geared to football.
When you're out there on the field, you're never laying flat on your back, bench pressing 300 pounds off your chest. You're coming off the ball, you're firing off the ball, you're using your hands, and you're using your ankles, your knees, your hips, all at once.
The players here on college level are a lot bigger than what they are in high school, plus they're going to be a lot stronger, a lot faster. And what the weight does is, by you lifting the weights, it helps you improve at the things that you need to, such as speed, such as your strength, such as the size of your muscle mass. And I think that's why here we're really stress working out in the weight room, because it's going to help us out in the long run.
As a walk-on player coming out of high school, I wasn't a big recruit like most of the other guys here who are usually blue chips or All-Americans or something like that out of high school. So when I came in, I knew I had to do something extra, and lifting was it. You realize real quick that either you're going to have to be 275 pounds, or if you want to be one of the big guys, you got to start putting on a lot of muscle mass that you can move. Because if you're just big, there's really not a whole lot of, there's not a place for you here. You got to be big, strong, and fast. You can't just be a big, fat guy. The fourth quarter in the game against Miami, we wore them down physically. I think we were much stronger, we were much tougher. We played a different style of ball because we were more prepared in the weight room. I think against Florida, we played a different kind of ball. We played more smash mouth, where our strength really helped us, and I don't think they were ready for it or used to that, and I think that's why we won the game.
You look up and down these walls and you see all, past players at your positions. You see, what they were doing, what they were lifting, what they were running, and it makes you set goals to be just as strong or just as fast as them. Eventually you want to be faster than them. thing about lifting here is we do it to enhance performance, not just to get stronger. So all our weightlifting is, designed to make ourselves faster and more agile too. So we're not just in here putting on weight.
The Monday-Thursday exercises will be discussed first. The purpose of the hurdle warm-up is to develop ankle, knee, and hip flexibility. Stand perpendicular to the hurdle. Line up the shoulders, hips, and feet in a squared position. Step under the hurdle by crouching in a low squat position. Attempt a straight under and through motion without rotating the hips. Do not allow the hands to touch the ground. Hold upper torso in an erect, upright posture as much as possible. The purpose of the snatch squat is to warm up the ankles, knees, hips, and shoulders. Position the hands about a foot wider than shoulder width, placing the bar on the back. Slowly lower the bar under control by bending at the knees and hips. Keep the back flat and shoulder blades drawn together. Complete the squat by fully extending the knees and hips. Notice the erect posture of the back. The purpose of the clean deadlift is to learn the proper technique in lifting the bar off the ground, as well as to develop leg, hip, and back strength. In the start position, place the feet under the bar, hip width apart. Hands are held in an overhand grip. Extend the elbows, pointed out. Slowly extend the legs, elevating the bar to just above the knees. The shoulders, hips, and knees should be in alignment as the lift is completed. The head is set in a comfortable position. Back is flat, lower back is slightly arched. Hips are positioned higher than the knees. Legs are bent, and the bar is touching the lower leg. The angle of the back stays the same from the start position to the bar is raised just above the knees. Once the bar is raised past the knees, bring the hips forward, keeping the bar close to the body. The bar should be lowered by bending at the knees and hips. Do not round the back. The purpose of the rack clean is to develop the explosive phase of the pull. Feet are hip width apart, slightly pointed out. Hips are slightly flexed and knees should be bent. Arms are completely extended with elbows pointed out. Shoulders are directly above the bar. The bar is positioned in the rack so that the shoulders, bar, and instep are in alignment. Clean shrugs allow the lifter to execute the triple extension without any involvement of the arms. Extend the hips and knees explosively. Extend up onto the balls of the feet while simultaneously shrugging the shoulders. The bar should remain in constant contact with the thigh. Notice the alignment of the body. It's straight from the feet to the shoulders. Elbows are extended and shoulders are shrugged. Before doing a rack clean, a couple shrugs should be done to feel the proper position. To rack the bar, pull yourself down and under the bar. Elevate the feet and move them out into a squatting stance. Rotate elbows down and then up ahead of the bar. Catch the bar on the front portion of the shoulders. Flex the knees and hips to absorb the weight of the bar. In the racked position, shoulders are directly over the balls of the feet. The elbows are out front and up. The purpose of the hang clean is to develop explosive power in the hips and legs. To get the bar in the start position, lift the bar with proper technique. Feet are hip width apart, arms are completely extended. Lower the bar to the tops of the knees by flexing at the hips. In this flexed position, shoulders are ahead of the bar. The back is flat and the lower back is slightly arched. Arms are extended with elbows pointed out. Hips are flexed and knees are slightly bent. Extend the hips up and forward explosively. Extend up onto the balls of the feet while simultaneously shrugging the shoulders, and rack the bar. The purpose of the standing shoulder press is to strengthen the stabilizer muscles of the shoulder. Grip the bar slightly wider than shoulder width. Place the bar behind the neck on the shoulders. Stand in an erect position with feet shoulder width apart. Press the bar overhead by extending the arms. Lower the bar to the starting position. Keep the shoulders over the hips during the entire range of motion. The purpose of the power press is to develop power in the hips and legs, as well as strengthen the muscles of the shoulder. Dip to a quarter squat position. Extend explosively onto the balls of the feet. Press the bar by extending the arms completely. When lowering the bar, the lifter should simultaneously bend the knees as the bar hits the shoulder to help absorb the weight. The purpose of the upright row is to strengthen the shoulders and trapezius muscles. Pull the bar to the chin by flexing at the elbows. Keep the bar close to the torso for the entire movement. During the pulling action, keep the elbows pointed up. The purpose of the back extension is to strengthen the lower back. Position the body face down on a bench. Anchor the ankles. The hip joint is positioned at the edge of the bench. Place the hands folded behind the head and pull the shoulder blades together. Lower the torso by flexing at the hips and keep the back straight. Resistance can be added as strength increases. The purpose of the Romanian deadlift is to strengthen the hamstrings and lower back. Standing erect, the bar should rest against the thigh. Lower the bar under control by bending at the hips. The bar is lowered to a point just below the knee. The weight shouldn't touch the ground. Reverse directions and pull the bar back to the starting position. Keep a slight arch in the lower back. The bar should remain close to the body through the whole movement. The purpose of the jammer rotation is to develop power in the hips, legs, and torso. Face the arm of the machine. Grasp the handle. Stand with feet perpendicular to the lever arm, hip width apart. Lower the body so the chest is at the height of the hands. Drive with the back leg and the arm while simultaneously rotating the body, shifting your body weight to the opposite foot. Extend onto the toes of the back foot as it rotates. Finish with a straight alignment of the body from the foot to the hand. From the front position, hips and shoulders should be square. Lower the bar under control, not allowing the weight to bounce. If a jammer isn't accessible, a trunk twist can be used to strengthen the muscles of the torso. Twist as far as possible to the left and reverse the action. Keep the plate horizontal with the shoulders during the entire movement. Keep the feet flat on the ground and rotate from the waist up. Perform the twisting motion slow and under control. The purpose of the crunch is to strengthen the abdominal muscles. Lift the shoulders off the ground 4 to 6 inches. Hold for a pause, and lift another 6 to 12 inches. Lower the body in the same sequence and repeat the action for the required number of reps. A side-to-side abdominal exercise can be performed as well. Spread the legs and lift the right leg 6 inches off the ground. Place both hands on the right leg. Slide the hands up the leg until they reach the knee. After the required number of reps, switch to the left side. Tuesday-Friday exercises will be discussed next. Begin every workout with the hurdle warm-up drill and snatch squat. Though these are warm-up drills, proper technique is crucial. The purpose of the squat is to strengthen the legs, hips, and stabilizers of the torso. Position hands on the bar slightly wider than shoulder width. Position bar comfortably on the shoulders in one of two positions: across the top of the shoulders at the base of the neck, or 1 inch below the top of the shoulders across the trapezius. Pull the shoulder blades together tightly. Always back out from the rack. Position feet shoulder width apart with toes slightly pointed out. Slowly lower the bar by bending at the hips and knees. The instant the thighs reach parallel, explode out of the bottom. Keep the back flat and shoulder blades drawn together. Lower the bar until the hips are parallel with the knees. The back is flat and the head is in a comfortable position. The purpose of the bench press is to strengthen the chest, shoulders, and arms. Lower the bar slowly and under control. Allow the bar to just touch the chest. The movement of the bar should be up and slightly back. The purpose of the jammer press is to develop the stabilizer muscles of the shoulders. When doing the jammer press, you can use one of three positions. First, place the feet behind the shoulders and press. Number 2, step forward till the feet are directly under the shoulders and press. And number 3, step forward till feet are directly under the lever arms and press straight up. If a jammer isn't accessible, a push-up can be done to work the same muscles. A partner can be used to apply the resistance. The purpose of the lat pull-down is to develop the muscles of the upper back. Place hands using an overhand grip wider than shoulder width. Allow the weight to pull upward on the shoulders and upper back. Pull the bar down to the base of the neck. Return the bar to the starting position under control. The purpose of curls is to develop the biceps. Using an underhand grip slightly wider than shoulder width, lift the bar slowly to the shoulders by bending at the elbows. Lower the bar in a controlled manner to the starting position. The purpose of this exercise is to strengthen the muscles of the neck. This exercise should be performed first in the forward position. Flex the head forward as far as possible. Lower the weight under control till it barely touches. Repeat this exercise facing the opposite direction.
know there's a lot of information here to decipher, but I want to encourage you to use the recommended lifts and drills this summer to get in shape for the fall. If you have any questions about the program, feel free to call Boyd Epley at our Husker Power office at 800-224-4044. We're going to have a very good football team this fall, and we're glad that you will be a part of the Husker program. Just remember, the harder you work this summer, the sooner you'll be ready to contribute.
The following drills will not only warm up the body, but will develop hip and leg flexibility. Do these warm-up drills before the stretching routine and the running workout. The purpose of high knees is to develop hamstring flexibility. Drive the knees high forcefully while bending forward slightly at the waist. Keep the back straight and drive the elbows back vigorously. Relax the face and arms. Take short, quick 1-foot steps, achieving at least 30 steps in 10 yards. Avoid leaning back or taking long steps. The purpose of heel-ups is to develop quadricep flexibility, which helps increase stride frequency. Alternately swing the heels up to the buttocks. The action is quick, and a smooth swinging motion is produced at the knee joint. Maintain a forward lean with arms hanging relaxed at the sides. Avoid moving forward too fast or lifting the knees by flexing at the hips. The high knees with forward leg extension will develop hamstring flexibility. Lift the right knee. As it reaches the highest position, skip with the left foot. As you skip, extend the right foreleg until it is parallel with the ground. Repeat to the other side using a rhythmic movement for 15 yards. Karaoke develops flexibility in the hips and torso area. Get into a stance with knees flexed and body square. Move laterally to your left, crossing the right foot over in front of the left, and then bringing the right foot behind the next step. Keep your shoulders square and use a good hip rotation. Karaoke for 15 yards and come back facing the same direction. The purpose of build-ups in the warm-up is to prepare the body for the running workout. From a standing start, move into a slow run. Gradually build up speed until you are at full speed at 40 yards. Once full speed is achieved at 40 yards, gradually slow down over the next 20 yards. Demonstrate proper arm action. The purpose of form starts is to learn a good starting technique for the 10 and 40-yard dash. The front foot is placed right behind the starting line. The hand opposite the front foot should be high on fingertips directly on the starting line with thumb and forefingers parallel to the line. The other hand is held up above the hips. The back foot is placed approximately 12 to 18 inches behind the heel of the forward foot and 4 to 6 inches to the side. The hips should be slightly above shoulder height. Shoulders should be slightly ahead of the starting line. Position starts are used to develop good acceleration from the player's starting stance. Athletes get into their on-the-field starting position stance. On coach's command, the athlete explodes out of their starting stance for the required distance of 10 to 20 yards. Form sprints develop good spring technique. Drive off the back leg, extending completely with the ankles, knees, and the hips. Swing the heel up to the hip. The leg carries through to a high knee position. On the backswing, the hands swing just below the waist, with the elbows open to approximately a 120-degree angle. Drive the elbows back so that they rise above the shoulders, with the elbows closing to 90 degrees. On the forward swing, the hand should come up to the mouth as if eating an ice cream cone. Keep the arms in close to the body. Avoid excessive head movement. Do not twist with the body. It is important that the arms swing independent of the shoulders. Keep the hands, shoulders, and neck relaxed. The purpose of build-ups as a drill is to develop the ability to accelerate. From a standing start, go into a slow run. Gradually build up speed until you are at full speed at 40 yards. Once full speed is achieved at 40 yards, gradually slow down over the next 20 yards. Demonstrate proper arm action. The purpose of flying tens is to improve acceleration and stride frequency. Start running at half speed, building speed with each stride for the first 30 yards. By the time you reach the 30-yard mark, you should be running at full speed. Continue sprinting for 10 yards. On number 6, flying 20s, and number 7, flying 30s, continued to sprint for 20 and 30 yards, respectively. The purpose of the harness routine is to develop the strength of the thigh and adductors, hip extensors, and flexors. The harness routine consists of 3 drills: straight forward, shuffle step, and back pedal. 1 rep includes going 10 yards down and 10 yards coming back. Make sure proper resistance is applied, but not so much as to hamper good technique. For the straight forward harness drill, place the harness around the waist. Drive off the back leg, extending completely at the ankles, knees, and hips. Use a good forward lean and arm action. Eyes are focused 20 to 30 yards up the field. For the shuffle drill, place harness at the lower waist on the right hip. Stand perpendicular to the athlete holding the harness. Step first with the right foot and then glide, bringing the left foot to the right foot. Keep knees bent, body square, and don't cross your legs. Go for 10 yards, then repeat, leading with the left foot when coming back. For the back pedal harness drill, place harness on the lower back. Stand facing the athlete holding the harness. Bend at the waist with shoulders over the feet. Run backwards, keeping the shoulders over the feet. Step keeping the feet low to the ground and the eyes focused forward. The purpose of stadium steps, or hills, is to develop explosiveness and stride length. Concentrate on driving off the back leg, extending completely at the ankles, knees, and hips. Use good arm action. It is not necessary to run more than 40 stadium steps or 40 yards when running hills. Make sure the hill you run is not too steep. Walk back to the bottom of the steps or hill. Run the next set of steps or hills as soon as you reach the bottom, continuing until all sets are completed. The purpose of bounding is to increase explosive strength and stride length. Push off forcefully as you extend the driving leg. Drive the opposite leg through with the knee up and the thigh parallel to the ground. The position is held to achieve maximum distance. The action should be smooth and rhythmic. Power skips for height increase explosiveness in the legs and hips. Begin skipping and pushing off explosively with the back leg. Drive the knee of the opposite leg up as high as possible, trying to achieve maximal height. Prepare for contact with the ground and repeat skipping with the opposite leg immediately upon landing. Make sure the arm action is coordinated with the leg action. Power skips for distance increase explosiveness in the legs and hips. Begin skipping, pushing off explosively with the back leg. Drive the knee of the opposite leg up and out, trying to achieve maximal distance. Prepare for contact with the ground and repeat with the opposite leg immediately upon landing. Bag jumps develop explosive leg action. Stand facing a series of bags stacked too high. Begin by jumping over the first set of bags with the feet together. The jump should be assisted with the arms moving explosively and the knees pulling up to the chest. After contact with the ground, quickly jump over the second set of bags. Continue through all sets of bags. The purpose of rope drills is to develop high knee action, peripheral vision, flexibility, and footwork. Offensive linemen should work with the ropes either right on the ground or adjusted no higher than 3 to 4 inches. All other football positions should do the drills with ropes adjusted 12 to 18 inches high. Each rep consists of going through once, resting for the required amount of time, and coming back through doing the same drill. Every other hold. Run forward using a quick high knee action with a slight forward lean, stepping into every other hole. Pump the arms and keep the head up with eyes focused straight ahead. Run forward using high knee action. Lean forward slightly, stepping into every hole using quick feet action. Pump the arms and keep the head up with the eyes focused straight ahead. Run forward using high knee action down either side of the ropes. Chop the feet twice in each hole. Pump the arms and be quick, focusing the eyes forward. Run laterally using high knee actions hitting every hole. Use only one side of the ropes. Keep the shoulders and hips square with the head up and eyes focused straight ahead. Be quick. Go in one direction, leading with the right foot, and then come back in the other direction, leading with the left foot. Run laterally using high knee action, chopping the feet twice in each hole. Use only one side of the ropes. Keep the shoulders and hips square. Keep your head up with eyes focused straight ahead. Go one direction, leading with the right foot, and back the other direction, leading with the left foot. Start with the left foot in the right side hole. Continue diagonal with the right foot in the left side hole. The next step with the left foot is planted outside the ropes. With a slight pivot, change direction and continue to weave through the ropes. The purpose of the bag drills is to develop footwork and the ability to change direction. Each rep consists of going through the bags once, resting for the required amount of time, and coming back through doing the same drill. Run forward over bags using high knee action with slight forward lean. Pump the arms and keep the eyes focused straight ahead. Do not swing the feet around the end or side of the bags. Lift them straight up and over. Run laterally over the bags using high knee action. Keep the shoulders and hips square with the head up and eyes focused straight ahead. Go one direction, leading with the right foot, and come back the other direction, leading with the left foot. Start in a two-point stance with the knees slightly bent, torso upright, and head up. With the hands and arms away from the body, step laterally over the bags while tapping each bag with both hands as if you were hurdling an opposing player while pushing him down. Upon completion of the last bag, sprint forward for 5 yards. Start at one end of the bags at either the right or left side. Run forward toward the other end of the bag. Plant your outside foot and at the end of the bag and accelerate forward through the set of bags. Continue through all the bags, making sure you push off with the outside foot. Starting at two-point stance with knees slightly bent, upright torso, head up, and hands and arms away from the body. Run forward between the bags, changing direction and backpedaling between the next set of bags. Stay low throughout the drill, keeping the shoulders over the feet on the back pedal. Repeat movement through all bags, ending with a 5-yard sprint. Shuffle diagonally between the first set of bags. Change direction and shuffle diagonally through the next set of bags. Continue shuffling through bags. Stay low and do not cross your feet. Push off with the outside foot when changing direction. Start in a three-point stance with knees slightly bent, upright torso, head up with hands and arms away from the body. Always move at a right angle when changing direction. Watch the coach's hand signals and respond to the direction he points by laterally stepping over the bags. Finish the drill by sprinting 10 yards. Start on the right side of the first bag. Step over the bag with the left foot and then the right. Sprint forward over the next bag, leading with the left foot, and step laterally over the next bag with the left foot first. Continue over all bags, making sure not to cross the feet. Reverse the bags and repeat the drill, starting at the left side. Start on the right side of the middle cones. Step between the cones and sprint to the third cone. Place your left hand down to make the turn. Sprint to the last two cones, run between them, turn and sprint up the sideline. Reverse the cones and start on the left side. Start with both hands in the middle of the bags. Chop feet over each bag, 1 foot at a time, while pivoting around all 4 bags on your hands. When you reach the original starting position, finish the drill by quickly sprinting out of the bags and over the 5th bag. The purpose of the back pedal drills is to develop reactions, footwork, and the ability to change directions. On the coach's command, back pedal. Then on the coach's hand signal, sprint straight forward. Keep the shoulders and body weight forward over the feet. Keep the feet moving during the change of direction. Don't get caught flat-footed and accelerate during the forward sprint. On the coach's command, back pedal. Watch the coach's hand signal. Respond to the direction he points by pushing right or left at a 90-degree angle and sprint 10 yards. If the cut is to the left, plant and pivot off the right foot. Make cuts at full speed. On the coach's command, backpedal. Watch the coach's hand signal. Respond to the direction he points by pushing right or left at a 45-degree angle and sprint 10 yards. On the coach's command, backpedal. Watch the coach's hand signal, responding to the direction he points. Turn and brake deep at a 45-degree angle for 20 yards. On the coach's command, backpedal. Watch the coach's hand signal, responding to the direction he points. Push right or left at a 45-degree angle for a couple of steps, and then turn quickly to the outside and brake deep at a 45-degree angle in the opposite direction. Start in a 2-point ready position. On the coach's command, begin backpedaling on the line. Watch the coach's hand signal, responding to the direction he points. Pivot the hips and run, staying on line with the eyes on the coach. The coach will then signal to turn in the opposite direction. When pivoting, it is helpful to throw the inside elbow in the direction of the pivot to help get around. Make sure to stay on line and keep eyes on the coach at all times. After 4 pivots, turn and sprint for 10 yards. Backpedal for 5 yards at a 45-degree angle. Plant the outside foot and sprint forward at a 45-degree angle for 5 yards. Repeat twice. Backpedal 10 yards as fast as possible. Then change direction, taking small, quick steps with high knees as you sprint forward to the starting line. Don't turn the feet sideways to stop, or your feet will slip. Backpedal for 10 to 15 yards in a weaving pattern. Keep low with the shoulders over the feet. This drill requires a receiver and a defender. The receiver runs a weaving pattern. The defender backpedals using proper technique on the receiver by lining up on the receiver's shoulder. This drill can also be run using outs, post routes, etc. This drill requires a receiver and a defender. The defender lines up 3 yards from the receiver. The receiver sprints straight forward at full speed until he passes the defender, who is backpedaling as fast as possible. Start on the right side of the square and run forward. At the first cone, make a reverse pivot by throwing your right arm clockwise. Karaoke to the second cone. Reverse pivot and backpedal to the third cone. Reverse pivot and karaoke to the fourth cone. Start on the right side of the square and run forward. At the first cone, make a reverse pivot and throw your right arm clockwise. Shuffle to the second cone. Reverse pivot and backpedal to the third cone. Reverse pivot and shuffle to the fourth cone. Stay low and do not allow the feet to cross during the shuffle. Start on the right side of the square and backpedal to the first cone. At the first cone, do a wet field stop and sprint diagonally to the second cone. Backpedal to the third cone. At the third cone, do another wet field stop and sprint diagonally to the fourth cone. Do not plant the feet to change directions. Chop them with short, quick steps. Start on the right side of the square and sprint to the first cone. At the first cone, run to the second cone using a drop action. Sprint to the third cone. At the third cone, run to the fourth cone using a drop action. Keep eyes looking forward during the drop action. Backpedal to the first cone. At the first cone, sprint to the second cone. When you reach the second cone, backpedal to the third cone. At the third cone, turn and sprint to the fourth cone. Put 4 rags or towels on a square, 5 to 10 yards apart. Start at one corner, run to the first rag and rotate 360 degrees on the right hand. Run to the second rag and rotate 360 degrees on the left hand. Run to the third rag and rotate 360 degrees on the right hand. Run to the fourth rag and rotate 360 degrees on the left hand. Emphasize quick feet, head up, hips parallel to the ground, and full extension of legs and feet. Start in a three-point stance on the first line. Sprint to the first cone, plant, and drive off your left foot, shuffling right to the second cone. At the second cone, backpedal to the third cone. At the third cone, plant your left foot and brake at a 45-degree angle to the right as if braking for the ball. Keep your eyes up and do not look for the cones. Stand facing the row of cones. Step with the right foot diagonally forward to the right of the first cone. Then glide the left foot to the right foot. Take your next step by leading with the left foot to the left side of the next cone. Then glide the right foot to the left foot. Zigzag through all the cones. The movement should be done quickly and explosively. Keep the hips and shoulders square. Both feet should go around each cone. Push off the outside of the foot. Stand with your back to the row of cones. The first step is taken diagonally backwards, leading with the left foot to the left of the first cone and sliding the right foot to the left foot. Step with the right foot diagonally backwards to the right of the next cone and then slide the left foot to the right foot. Keep the hips and shoulders square as you move backwards. Keep your knees bent and stay low with the head up and back straight. Step with the right foot diagonally forward to the front of the first cone and slide left foot to the right foot. Step with the left foot diagonally backwards to the back of the next cone and slide the right foot to the left foot. Keep the hips square and the eyes up. Repeat, going in the opposite direction. Start in a three-point stance on the starting line. Sprint to the first cone and make a right-hand turn. Return to the starting line and go around the second cone with a left-hand turn. Run to the 5-yard line and touch it with your fingers, then backpedal across the starting line to finish. The jump rope routine develops coordination, footwork, balance, and agility. The length of the jump rope should go from the tops of the feet to the armpits. Hold the handles loosely in the hands. Turn the rope using the wrist. Do the drill in place until you get the rhythm of the movement. Next, work on smooth movements. All drills are done starting from the sideline and going to the hash mark. Use the yard lines as a reference as you do the drills. As the movements become smooth, work on quickness. These drills should be done on a football field with an artificial surface. Grass fields will not work. It's important that you use a surface that allows you to jump freely and has a line 15 to 20 yards long. Stand with both feet to one side of a yard line at the sideline. Jump back and forth over the line as you move forward. Keep the feet close together and stay as close to the line as possible. Go to the hash marks or a similar distance. Stand with one foot to one side of the yard line at the sideline. Jump back and forth over the line with one foot as you move forward. Switch feet midway and complete the distance. Stand at the sideline with both feet on the yard line. Shuffle step down the line. Stay on the line as you shuffle step. Keep eyes and head up. Do this drill moving both right and left. Stand at the sideline with both feet to one side of the yard line. Do the alley shuffle as you move laterally down the line. One foot moves forward of the line as one foot stays behind the line. Switch or shuffle the feet as you skip the rope. Do this drill moving both to the right and the left. Stand with feet straddling the yard line at the sideline. Do a scissor step as you move forward down the line. The feet cross over each other to the front and back. The feet should be crossed on both sides of the line. Switch feet as you skip the rope. Stand facing forward with both feet to one side of the yard line at the sideline in the 6 o'clock position. Jump with both feet a quarter turn to the 9 o'clock position as you move forward. Next, jump with both feet half a turn to the 3 o'clock position as you move forward. Lead the action with the feet and the hips will follow. As you turn the feet, they should be parallel to the sideline. Keep the shoulders square facing up the field. Repeat the half turns going from 9 o'clock position to the 3 o'clock position. The purpose of ladder drills is to develop agility and conditioning. The following are variations of the ladder drill. Many other variations of this drill can be done by using your imagination depending on your purpose. The distance run can be any combination. Running 5, 10, 5 yards is the basic combination. Begin in a 3-point stance on the start line. Sprint to the first line, touch the line with your right foot, and return to the starting line, and touch it with your left foot. Sprint to the second line, touch the line with your right foot, and return to the starting line, touching it with your left foot. Sprint to the first line, touch it with your right foot, and sprint through the starting line. Begin in a 2-point stance standing perpendicular to the start line. Shuffle to the first line, touch the line with your right foot, and shuffle to the starting line, touching it with your left foot. Shuffle to the second line, touching it with your right foot, and shuffle to the starting line, touching it with your left foot. Shuffle to the first line, touching the line with your right foot, and shuffle through the starting line. Begin in a 2-point stance, standing with your back to the start line. Backpedal to the first line, touch the line with either foot, and sprint to the starting line, and touch it with either foot. Backpedal to the second line, touch the line with either foot, and sprint to the starting line, and touch it with either foot. Backpedal to the first line, touch the line with either foot, and sprint through the starting line. Begin in a 2-point stance, standing with your back to the start line. Backpedal 10 yards, pivot to the right 180 degrees, and sprint 10 more yards, and touch the line with either foot. Backpedal 10 yards, pivot to the left 180 degrees, and sprint 10 yards to the starting line. From a 2-point stance, straddle the middle line. Sprint 5 yards to the right line, and touch it with your right hand. Push off forcefully, and sprint back across the middle line to the left line, and touch that line with your left hand. Push off forcefully to your right, and sprint back through the middle line. The purpose of the drills in the mobility routine is to improve torso, trunk, and hip flexibility through a dynamic, athletic-type movement. They activate and strengthen the synergistic stabilizing muscles of the hip and groin area. Place hands on the hips. Ensure that the shoulders, hips, and feet are square to the crossbars before beginning the exercise. Begin by lifting the right knee and foot up and over the first crossbar. Continue by lifting the trail leg up and over the next crossbar. Each foot must land in a forward-facing motion. When lifting each leg, attempt a straight up and over motion. Avoid an excessive outward swinging motion. Hold upper torso in an erect, upright posture rather than a forward-leaning posture. Focus eyes 15 yards straight ahead rather than down at each crossbar. Attempt to maintain a rhythmic pattern of stepping over the hurdles. Start with slow, deliberate movements and build to a faster speed as proficiency increases. Place hands on hips. Ensure that the shoulders, hips, and feet are square but perpendicular to the hurdles. Begin by leading and lifting the left knee and foot up and over the first crossbar. Make sure that the first foot is placed far enough away from the hurdle to allow space for the trailing foot. Continue by leading with and lifting the trailing leg up and over the same crossbar. Attempt to maintain a rhythmic pattern of stepping over the hurdles. Place hands on hips. Ensure that the shoulders, hips, and feet are square but perpendicular to the hurdles. Begin by lifting the right knee and foot up and over the first crossbar. Continue by lifting the trail leg up and over the same crossbar. Place hands in front. Make sure that the shoulders, hips, and feet are squared but perpendicular to the hurdles. Begin by crouching in a low squat position and stepping under the first crossbar. Step forward with the left leg and foot to the next crossbar, and continue leading with the opposite foot. Keep hips below shoulders in a low squat position.
Power football. Power is a big reason why Nebraska has had the most successful football program in the nation over the last 30 years. This Make the Play video, along with the Make the Play workbook, will put you on the same path to success that is used by Nebraska football players. You see, in athletics, there are no shortcuts to success. Machines and programs that promise instant success are merely gimmicks that will not stand the test of time. The Make the Play program has been developed over the last 30 years by some of the nation's top strength coaches. It has stood the test of time, and these drills and lifts are being used by professional and college teams across the country. The Make the Play program consists of 14 lifts and 66 drills designed to increase speed, acceleration, agility, endurance, strength, and power. No matter what the position, no matter what the age, this program will make you a more powerful football player. If you supply the work, the Make the Play program will supply the principles to put you on the path to success.